Hello, everyone. I know it's been about 6 months since I've been here with an update. I just come on right now to give you guys an update on what's been going on with my health. It's not getting any better. A lot of y'all know how I hate prednisone, and they have put me back on prednisone again. I'm just getting over pneumonia again for this, the third time this year, because I had pneumonia twice the first part of the January, and I'm just getting over pneumonia now for about 3 weeks now. And I just wanted to let you guys know that the OFAB, the new medication that they had put me on for my pulmonary fibrosis, is actually slowing the growth down on my left lung. It's a lot better than it was last year when they did the CT scan on me. And I have another CT scan that's have to be done since I just get over pneumonia. He want another one done also. So I'll be doing that, and I will give you guys an update on that. I am definitely going to try to engage a lot more. I know I have said it before, but when my health and family issues come up, things happen. And I'm just grateful and thankful that I am still here and able to do the things that I normally do. In the last 6 months, I have been selling dinners and lunches and stuff like that. So, that is my passion. Cooking is my passion. Then sometimes my hands get to that point where it doesn't want to work right. So I have to back away and think of another solution of what I'm doing, what I need to be doing. So I know I am still on my path that God put me on to go, and I'm not going to let nothing and no one deviate me from that path, because there are times when people come in your lives that you think that's good for you, but they're not, and sometimes you have to step back and evaluate your life. Is this the path that I should be going down? And meditate on it and figure out, is this the right path for you? And sometimes the path that you think is right for you is not right for you. And I have such a strong faith in my Heavenly Father that He have always guided me, had my ancestors and angels guiding me in the right direction that I need to be going. Because sometimes, you think that you are going the right way, but you're not, and they always say, something that's seen to be too good to be true is not. I have found that out many of times, and I guess this is another lesson that He's trying to get me to really pay attention to. When certain people come into your life, they only come for a short time. They're not there for a complete stay. They just there to teach you, and you to teach them a lesson and what they need to be knowing. And the whole thing about the lesson is trust. If you don't have trust, there's nothing else for you, and have faith, and I have trust and faith. And when people come into your lives, some of them are there to encourage you, to help you, and then there are some there to suck you dry. suck your energy out of you, suck the life out of you. And no matter what I go through on a daily basis with my health, what I'm going through, I refuse to let someone drain my energy, drain my light out of me, because I know what my worth is and I know what my purpose is. And if you cannot respect that of me, I don't need that kind of energy around me. And I'm quick to the one to say, I'm done. I walk away and be done with it, and I don't go backwards. I go forward. And I have always lived my life that way, moving forward. I don't live in the past. I'm done when I can't get a results that I want, that's pertaining to me, and I know that my Heavenly Father knows that I know what's better for me and what's pertaining for me. I will move forward, and won't think nothing else about it, because life is too short to be wasting your time, your energy. And when you're sick, you don't need that. You don't need no one draining your energy. You need all the energy you can have to deal with your illness, deal with whatever you're going through. If it's depression, whatever, family matters, you need your energy. And you don't need no one there to suck you dry like a vampire. An energy vampire, just draining your energy away from you and taking you for granted. You here to try to uplift people, to help them and motivate them to keep going, when they're constantly taking it away from you and not giving back. And that's not the type of energy I want around me right now. And I have been dealing with that type of energy. So over the last 2-3 months, and I'm fed up with it. I'm just done and tired of that type of stuff draining me, and having me question everything that I know that should be right. And when I sit back and meditate on and think about it, I begin to see that I made the right choice. I'm making the right choice to move forward in my life and continue to move forward. I'm happy. My family is healthy. My children are healthy. My grandson is healthy. And yes, I have family members that I'm praying for. And, my aunt, she turned 95 last week. And I just found out that she had a massive stroke, And then another family member, I consider her as a family member, that she's not doing well neither. But I keep them in my prayers, and I keep the family in my prayers, because only God knows. He knows what's best for all of us. And like I said, when He sent people into your life, it is to teach you a lesson, to see, do you get that lesson? See if you're going to repeat the same pattern all over again. And I'm trying hardest to keep moving forward, because I know that's what He wants for me. And it's like every time I get close to the end of that tunnel, it's like somebody comes in my life and try to deviate me away from my purpose. And my focus is what I need to be doing. And if I can help that person, I will. When I feel that that person is not there to benefit what I'm saying and taking advantage of what I'm saying and not taking it to heart, you know, it's time to cut that loose, because I have gave all that I can give, and they don't respect that, you know. And it's time for them to understand that I am done. I'm done with the everything. You know, I'm moving on. I'm going further in my life. I'm doing what I need to do to help me. And it's really hard to have a brave face at times. You know, I have a lot of people always say that I'm a light, I'm a beacon of energy, of positivity to them. And that makes me feel real good when I could be positive to help someone. But I'm human just like everybody else is. I have my good days and I have my bad days. And sometimes my bad days overtake my good days. But I keep pushing on. To the point sometimes my daughter tells me I push too much. She tells me you need to slow down. You know, you can't do it all. And I am the type of person, I don't like to ask anything unless it's really necessary. And I feel that if I ask for guidance and help, it have to be a reason for me to do that, for me to come and ask that, because I really needed that. You know, I don't like people tell you, oh, I'm there for you, when they're not there for you. And with me, when I tell somebody that I'm there for them, I'm there for them. If I'm not there personally, I'm there spiritually. But when you is so in tune with your Heavenly Father to the point that you know when someone is not being honest with you, you know when someone is taking advantage of you, when you are so in tune with your Heavenly Father, because He's going to let you know. There are going to be signs. Guarantee you, there are going to be signs. Red signs. Red flags, as they call them. They're going to be there. Because there's so much that people take other people for granted. And it's heartbreaking when you see people take people that's ill. It don't have to be elder. It could be anybody, a child, whatever, that's sick and have issues that they out of their control, that they don't have no control of, and people take advantage of them. And that's something that our Heavenly Father wants us to recognize. Stop taking people for granted. Be there. Understand what they're going through. Because if you understand what they're going through, they can be more sympathized and understand what you're going through. And I just supposed to be coming over here and giving y'all an update on my health, where that the Spirit turned to me to move to this topic. And I follow wherever the Spirit takes me. I had did a couple of videos a couple of weeks ago, and I was editing them and went to go back to finish editing them, and they completely just got lost in my computer. I forgot to save them. I forgot to hit save on my flash drive on the computer. So and then my computer updated, so I lost all that footage. So, but I will be going back and redoing those videos and getting them posted. I had them all for a timestamp and everything, and that was on my part because, again, I was being distracted from what I supposed to been doing, and I end up deviating from what I supposed to been doing, focusing on my task of getting these videos out, because there are so many different things that have happened and changed with lupus. They got new medication out for lupus. They got trials out now for people that's been recently diagnosed with lupus, anywhere from now for up to 6 months that you can go through this trial, lupus trial, for all the different stuff that they got. By me being I consider myself as a veteran because it's been over 20 some years that I've been dealing with lupus, so I'm not a candidate for this trial. So it's just that, there's so many things, and, where people are trying to deal with the rashes. My big issue now that I'm suffering is that when I'm eating, for some reason, I end up biting inside my jaw, inside my lip, on the side of my lip, bottom of my lip. Yesterday I was eating dinner and talking to my grandson, and next thing I knew, I bit my lip and bit my tongue at the same time. And it started bleeding. He asked me, "You okay, Nana?" "Yeah, Nana, I'm fine." But those are the things that lupus does. It's like my nerves is not uncontrollable at times, that I end up biting the inside of my mouth a lot. Cough. Sometimes the back of my throat, it's like a little flap back there where, when you swallow and stuff and it closes. Mine does it a lot. Then I have like this gurgling, gasping sound that I go through, and I talked to my doctor, and, he said, that's just all part of different signs of, the lupus, the scleroderma, and, the pulmonary fibrosis. Those are the things that I deal with, and the fibromyalgia. Those are hard things that I deal with every day. And I get up every morning at 4 o'clock and I start my day. I start off, have to take in my blood pressure. I don't remember if I told you guys they monitor my blood pressure every day. Even when I travel, I have to take it with me. They can monitor me. And then they'll call me at the beginning of a new month and discuss the month before. Last month, my blood pressure was running kind of high. It was running like 142 for a whole week, in 142.97, post rate 115. And that was running like that last month for the majority of the month, pretty much. I was under so much stress last month, and I always tell you, stress is your main killer. It's worse than having autoimmune disease. When I was going through my marriage, my husband took me through so much stress till I end up in the hospital. My blood pressure was so high, and the doctor looked at me. He said, "Whatever it is, or whoever it is, let it go, because stress will kill you." And I guess that's why they monitor me, because my blood pressure has been running high. This year, it's been constantly running high. And like I said, when you have people that come into your life that disrupt your life to that point to where you are so stressed, that's time to just cut it loose and walk away. Because my health is more important to me. Like I said, I've been battling with my health for the last 20 some years, and I refuse to let someone come in and stress me to that point to where I can't be able to enjoy my life, especially my grandson. I love him to death. Only one I have. But I'm not gonna let nobody come in and take that away from him, take me away from him. It bothers him a lot when I go to the doctor and he asks, will you be home when I get home from school? Or now are you coming back? I'm like, yeah, And I understand the reason why he asked those questions, because he lost his grandmother on his mother's side. She went in and she didn't come back. And that's hard on a child. And he was 6 years old. Now he's 8. So, that's hard, and I know it's scary for him. And I just did it again. See, that was it just happened again. Bit my lip on the inside, in the same spot, constantly, in the same area. I told my daughter Sunday, I think I probably need to go get stitches because it's so deep. But, I'm here to enlighten you all on different things that I know that works for me. But I advise you to talk to your doctors and find out would that work for you, because everybody's situation is different. Everybody's illness work different on them. Like a lot of people, we all have lupus. A lot of them, they get the rash. Mine comes in because in the summertime you can actually see my butterfly rash. It's really clear here. This is how my butterfly shows up in my face. Very lightly. Cheeks, here. That's how mine shows up. Other people's, theirs shows up as a rash. But mine, that's how it comes. But my biggest rash, butterfly rash I get, is on my back. So, I'm very grateful, because a lot of people that have lupus, they have blisters, they have rashes in their face that doesn't go away, where they dry out and it leaves these scabs and stuff, blister, black marks and stuff. So, me doing, like now during the summertime, when mine's come in, I use more shea butter on my skin, or as they say, I need more vitamin D. So I found me this vitamin D castor oil that I use on my skin also now, and I mix some with my shea butter, so I put it on my face to help with my rash. Well, I don't consider this a rash. The pigmentation of my skin of the rash. So, but when using shea butter, you need to not be in the sun too long, because that is like a butter, and it will burn your skin. It will blister your face. But like I say, I mix mine now with vitamin D oil, and I have learned how to put it on and put a primer on top of that. And the primer that I put on top, it's a lotion, but it has a sunblock inside of it. So that helps protect my skin as well too. Because I don't like outdoors. I don't like the sun. I like the evenings, but during the high part of the day, I don't like being out unless I have to go and pick up my grandson from school or going to a doctor appointment or something. But other than that, I'd rather be in the house where it's nice and cool. But I'm just saying that I appreciate all my followers, my subscribers. I'm very grateful that you guys hanging in there with me. But I'm not gonna promise. I'm gonna try to do better and get more videos out to you all. And be aware of people that comes into your life, because sometimes they're not there for your own good. Namaste.